We start today in Georgia with the three men convicted of killing Ahmaud Arbery on trial for federal hate crimes. NBC News correspondent Blaine Alexander is outside the court in Brunswick, Georgia. Civil rights lawyer and former prosecutor David Henderson also with us today. Blaine, to you first. There's been a lot of media attention on this case. This is the first day of jury selection. How are lawyers on both sides narrowing down the jury pool today?
Well, Allison, they certainly have a lot to narrow down. First off, this is going to be the first day of jury selection, but it could go as long as 2 weeks before they finally seat a jury in this trial. We know that there were as many as 1,000 summons that went out, and we're not just talking about the Brunswick area or the Glynn County area. We're talking about the entire Southern District. So we're talking about a number of counties. Some potential jurors had to drive from several hours away just to respond today. So the judges said that it's going to be done methodically. They're bringing people in increments of 25 to bring them in, question them, and of course go through a number of the normal questions that you usually see during this process, whether they know any of the defendants or any of the counsel, or if there's anything that could make them unable to render an impartial verdict here. But what's interesting really, Allison, is just how different this trial is going to be from the state trial. Of course, the state trial is what found these men guilty of the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. Travis and Gregory McMichael are already sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. William Roddy Bryan, of course, sentenced to life with parole. But now this is going to look at the motivation behind it, specifically whether race played a role and whether they violated Ahmaud Arbery's civil rights when they chased him down and ultimately killed him back in 2020. So you're going to see the issue of race enter the discussion in a way that it didn't during the state trial. The prosecution has alluded to the fact that there are text messages and messages on social media that show that they likely had a racial animus or racial discrimination against African Americans, and that played a role in what they did back in December of 2020. Allison.
Blaine, you bring up the focus of this federal trial. Could you remind us what they're actually charged with here and what kind of penalties those charges come with?
Well, let's talk about the penalties first, because they're already facing life in prison without parole. Now, we do know that for federal hate crimes, that also brings a life sentence, but that's already settled. They're already facing that. What they are going to be looking at, though, specifically, the two things that are the most interesting to look at is, one, whether race played a role and whether they made an assumption about Ahmaud Arbery when they chased him down and killed him because of his race and because of the color of his skin, and whether they violated his civil rights. Of course, he was running on a public street, so that's something that the prosecution is going to try and prove as well. So certainly those two things are going to be looked at and very different from what we saw in the state trial, Allison.